welcome to the channel. You never know what you see. Sometimes you see interesting things, other times you don't see anything interesting. It all depends, really, what's going on. So we'll have a look. We'll do a bit of a chat. Just about anything, really. You know I can chat about anything. Right, let's have a look. Contract to dual 6-mile stretch of A9 to be awarded next month. Well, the Scottish Greens were involved with the SNP, so they don't really want to. The A9. Well, that's the A9. Jesus fuck. Have they still not got that? Aye. Bits of the A9, that's the main arteria route. Arteria. Scotland, it still has bits of single between Tomatin and Moy. That's up near Inverness. Yeah, so the Greens didn't want them to spend any money on roads. They want them to destroy roads, which is what they have been doing. So they fell out with the Greens, didn't they? So the problem is the SNP are hugely unpopular, but they've still got a lot of time to destroy Scotland in the meantime. So that's really... Oh look, there's a lady with a brolly. Aha! I would say that would mean it is raining out there. That's not good. So they'll probably build a road, a green road or something. You won't be allowed to go on it. Who knows what shit they'll do. I used a car with a retrofitted speed limiter. Can see why they are needed. They are not needed, you moron. Could prevent motors from speeding and reduce congestion during the busiest times. Well, you ain't getting anywhere near any of my cars with your fucking speed limiter. This is trying to take our autonomy away from us. Yeah, they'll have you locked up in your house soon. Bonus car show, well, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. There's a thing about DWP. PIP reforms update over fears mobility scheme will be eradicated. And what's all that about? What are they going to do with the mobility scheme? You know, does that stop them getting cars and stuff? Is that a way out of it for them? You know, because there's a sort of contradiction going on, isn't there? They want us to stop using cars, but you've got this like disability scheme, mobility, which is it's a charity, but it's like a lot of charities, it's bent. So they want to have them stuck at home. Because really, I mean, these Greens and that, they don't give a shit about anyone. You know, they don't like humans. Clean Air Zone, Driver Zone, Newcastle and Gateshead Councils, £2 million. Well, I hope they don't pay it. Scotland hit by snow in June, days before summer solstice. Wow. An Arctic blast. You know, then they go on about, you know, they try to tell us it's the hottest temperatures ever, and now we've got snow in June. You know what I mean? It's so contradictory. Right, we've got the hottest temperatures ever recorded according to these twats, right? But now we've got snow in June. And then they'll just twist that around as well. They'll go, oh, well, that's part of the unpredictable element of the weather events. You know, it's like, what? I think you said that it was the hottest it's ever been. Oh, yeah, well, that's in the context of, that's the sort of shit Sturgeon got caught up with. Oh, well, that's in the context of a prison system. It's a different type of weather, you know. So the story I mentioned earlier was the council apologises after car abandoned at taxi rank due to Les issue. Low emissions on. I'll try not to blabber on too much about this, but essentially what it meant was that the council, Glasgow Council, did not have a Les compliant vehicle to come and take the car away. Whatever that is, I don't know, because the recovery trucks are diesels as far as I know. I don't know if it's any of them petrol. Who's going to have an electric truck? Who's going to pay for that? Subsidised with the taxpayer, probably. Yeah. So they couldn't get a Les compliant truck to come in and move the car. Well, they could, but it took 4 days. Oh, a bunch of wankers now. Wow. Europe's first fully retractable electronic car chargers unveiled. You know what this green thing is? This is what it is. It's the wealthy civilization that we've all worked and strived to build. What it is the top part of the hierarchical structure taking it away from you. It doesn't mean to say they're taking it away, because it's still going to be there, but you're not going to be allowed to use it. That's what it is. We're all in different situations. I'm protected myself fairly well from it, and it probably not going to affect me too much in what's left of my life. It means I can't take my car in here. Glasgow, for example, 2 of the cars that I've got are not. I can't bring them in. It's not like I can pay. I would have to pay the fines to have it parked there. I could take my Granada in. So I'll maybe do that someday. Take a Granada right into Glasgow. Park it right there. I don't know where to park it, that's our problem. That's a disabled spot out there. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. So that's what it is. It's the infrastructure we've got. You're not allowed to use it. It's simple as that. It's because you can't afford to. You can't afford to buy a Tesla. Stay at home, do as you're told, with your air source heat pump, which you can't afford to run. That's the other thing. It's too expensive. Everything's expensive. And guess what? The air doesn't get any cleaner. Oh yeah, you go around in circles with it. So the ULEZ chaos is 3 in 5 drivers refuse to pay Sadiq Khan's daily charge, transport filling and chasing millions in fines. It'd be good if that number would rise to 5 in 5 drivers refuse to pay. And they can dump Khan and that stupid scheme. Jason Leach, what a twat. Jason Leach joins board of private surgery firm. Wow. Yeah, he'll be getting paid plenty, him. I bet he stays at Uddingston, where Sturgeon lives. That's probably where he stays. There's a lot of them looking in here right enough. I don't know what maybe it's, I don't know, who knows. How long PIP payments really last and maximum award length to expect for long-term condition. What's this all about? There are now 3.5 million people across Great Britain claiming PIP, including nearly 219,000 living in Scotland. The number of people receiving the disability benefit is at an all-time high, even though the overall total does not take into account some 109,385 Scots who have transferred from PIP to adult disability payment. I don't know anything about that. ADP. They change the name of the things all the time. People still call it DLA. That's from years ago, eh? Disabled Living Allowance. That's probably from like 20 years ago. However, people making a new claim for PIP may not be aware that a successful award can vary in length. The shortest award is 9 months, while the longest is an ongoing award with a light touch review at 10 years. 10 years. Wow. Wow. 10 years. 10 years. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. The 2024 edition of PIP explains that the decision maker will make an award of PIP based on the PIP of the claimant's health, condition, discipline, their daily life and their ability to live independently, as the length of award will be based upon each claimant's individual circumstances. Right, so it is important to be aware that the guidance from the DWP also says that most claimants will have their award regularly reviewed regardless of the length of the award, in order to make sure everyone can receive the most appropriate level of support. See, that's a bit like me arguing with cyclists. When they take this position and assume that I'm against them, when in fact, so when I say you shouldn't be cycling along the middle of the road, you're a bunch of twats, they say you hate us, we've got rights, you know, and I'm saying, well, I just don't want you to get run down by a truck. And that kind of, it's kind of like pushing the road. Well, it's not what they're expecting. It's a way of turning an argument. Arguments don't have to be in binary positions. So you could actually, I had a weird thing. I blocked somebody this morning on YouTube. He actually agreed with me. It was about that guy walking down the street, the road, in the Moss Road at Falkirk. It was about the guy walking down there. He said, yeah, everybody knows you should walk towards oncoming traffic, but it's got fuck all to do with infrastructure. You sort of think, I can't remember the exact words, but it's quite disrespectful towards me, because I said it was an infrastructure issue, and it was because the place where the guy lived the planning had allowed them to build houses and make up this impromptu sort of village, but it wasn't a village, it was just a group of houses in the middle of nowhere next to a road. And the reason the guy was walking down the road was because he lived there. He was going from one part of this settlement to another part of the settlement, and there was no pavement for him, there was no street lights, no pavement, no nothing. So it has got a lot to do with infrastructure. So the reason that I blocked the guy was because you don't cast pearl over swine. I'd already said that, and he said I was talking complete shit, right? So it's a case of bye-bye, you know. But the weird thing was, he actually agreed with me that it was wrong what the guy was doing. And then went on to say it's got fuck all to do with infrastructure. Yeah, you hate, you know, you idiot or something. Something like that. So that was an example of somebody that actually agreed with me, but me and him don't speak now, because I found him abusive towards the reason why the guy was walking down the street. He said it was nothing to do with infrastructure, it was because the guy's an idiot. But what I'm saying is, if there was a pavement there, so if the infrastructure was designed properly, then the guy wouldn't be walking down the road, would he? He'd be walking on the pavement with his dog. But there's no pavement to walk on. That's infrastructure. So the responsibility is Stirling Council. Could have said, yeah, you can build the houses there, but then of course they would have had to pay for the pavement and the street lights to establish a community. They didn't want to pay for it, did they? So it just says, go on, build your houses, fine, we don't care. I hope you understand what I mean by that shit. Well, I'm glad you do, because I don't. Oh, they always go round and round in circles with everything. They come away with like the Guardian. They'll come away with something and go, "Oh, this is clever," and they're always trying to reinvent the wheel when it comes to green energy. So they'll end up using more energy to invent something that's green that isn't greener than coal fire, you know, and try and make out of some kind of breakthrough, some nonsense, pie in the sky shit that nobody, and all the dumb people will agree with them. Go, that's really clever. So at heart, it's the same technology, the heat pump that uses water instead of air. So basically, the elephant in the room is oil. You know, let's ignore it all, and let's use anything that's worse than oil, as long as it's not oil. That's the sort of mentality that they've got. So we'll use anything but oil. But everybody uses oil, and we all use oil. Everything that we're using right now is made from oil, including the devices we're on, the power to make them work. That truck, everything. I don't know how the clean air zone thing works. The diesel, yeah, it must be less exempt if it's the very latest truck. I don't know what reg that is. 71, 73. So the recovery truck, and what I was mentioning earlier about the truck that they couldn't get a truck to remove a car parked outside Central Station. Probably the recovery trucks were not less exempt. So it's like you phone up, say, can you come and pick my car up? Yeah, no bar. Where is it? Oh, it's in Glasgow, Central Glasgow. Sorry, we can't do it. Our trucks, we don't have a vehicle that can do that. And that's you. You know, that must happen. If your car breaks down here in Glasgow, wow, or Edinburgh, Dundee, Aberdeen, they won't be able to send any old truck in to pick it up. Don't ever get involved with affordable housing projects. Don't ever, I suppose you have to, but it's always better if you can avoid being in hock to the government. I'm reading about this. They're trying this experiment in Edinburgh, using water out the River Forth to heat homes. So it's called the small-scale green energy systems. Needed huge numbers to place gas and oil-powered heating. So we've got gas, we've got oil, but no, we don't want to use that, do we? We want to try and use something that we don't have, is what they're doing. It's fucking crazy. Anything but oil. It's like a dirty word. It really is weird what they're doing, yeah. It's definitely corrupt. No doubt about that. Oh my god, my phone's going down. It's only at 29%. Jesus. Right. Got a problem there. Right. Why did you do that then? You pillock. Right, so the videos are uploaded though. All the videos are uploaded. It's down to 29%. It's taken a bit of a hammering. Well, I just had to charge it up on the bus. I think I could probably take power from the gimbal. If I plug the phone into the gimbal, I think the power goes back and forth between the two. Probably. I think. So that's the mini. I need to. I need to go over it again before it's finished. I'll try and do something with the front. The front doesn't look quite right, and there's the bit down the corner. Even though that's how it does appear, I think it needs a bit more detail. If I can do a bit more detail at the front, the bumper, and the number plate, and the lights. Maybe do something with the roof, define the roof a bit. Maybe blend in the red a bit. See, that's the thing. You'll end up going too far with it, don't you? That's it there. That was before I took the. So basically, I like the effect you get with that, with the pastels. Sort of watery look about it. So we need to do some of the lights. A bit of definition at the front. Oh, there's that truck away. Yeah. Gonna have to go soon. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm gonna have another coffee. Hang on there. Just going to go and see what the weather's like. It's raining. It was. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll get light on the next video.